Yeah.
A very good afternoon to all. We today we have assembled for a talk on eco-friendly products. The tech talk by Exneco, and Exneco is a platform which is trying to get together all sustainability entrepreneurs on one platform and trying to find out the importance, challenges, and growth opportunities of eco-friendly products. Today, we have with us Mr. Gautam Surana, who is an eco-entrepreneur and is known for his eco-friendly products. He has his products help in water conservation, and also his bioplastic products are known for getting converted into compost in within 60 to 80 days, which is what is needed in today's business world. He started his career with Tech Mahindra, and he's also he then moved on as the director of a reputed firm, and then started his own enterprise. He's also an alumnus of the prestigious Nasi Monji Institute of Management Science, and he is today the role model for many budding entrepreneurs. So we welcome you, sir, along with
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you very much.
Gautam Surana. Yeah. Along with Mr. Gautam Surana, we also have with us Mr. Ravi Kumar, who is the founder of Exneco, and he has been in this field of innovation and technology for past 15 years, more than 15 years, and he is passionate about sustainability products and also about circular economy. So we start with you, sir, Gautam sir. Please let us know, how did this idea of Eco 65 click, and what was the motivation behind starting this enterprise?
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And so what does Eco 365 means? So Eco is eco-friendly, basically, and 365 is the number of days what you have in a year. So what we talk about here is being eco-friendly throughout the year. Okay, so always. It's not a Earth Day or Environment Day on which we should think about it being eco-friendly, but at the same time, our ideology is that, you know, all the time, every day, you should be eco-friendly in what work you do. And what we bring to you as a solution is an alternative to your traditional products, which are more sustainable. You know, so whatever you were using earlier, and when you use an eco-friendly product, you become more sustainable. You end up conserving water. You end up polluting less, protecting the rivers and lakes, you know, by using eco-friendly products produced by Eco 365. So this all started in 2010, and you know, back then, you know, I had a little bit of idea of doing business, but what business to do, what to start with, was not clear enough. Yes, one thing which I was very sure of, or very sure about, was that, you know, I will do sustainability business, something to protect the environment.
That's wonderful.
That's really great. Mr. Gautam, so when you're talking about compostable plastic, okay, so can you just explain us how regular plastic and compostable plastic make a difference to environment? And also, is compostable plastic really 100% biodegradable?
Oh, yes. So see, the difference between the regular plastic and the compostable plastic, one major difference is that it's a short-lived plastic. It's a perishable plastic. Okay. So what happens is, soon after the application is over, let's say a carry bag or a pouch or a packaging material, soon after the application is over, the purpose is over, the function is over, this product can be put in a compost bin or a commercially compost site, and could be converted into compost. So what is compost? Compost is nothing but a manure or a fertilizer or a non-toxic product. It is more powerful than soil. It supports basically germination of seeds. In a way, what you're doing is earlier that regular plastic, which was creating waste, which was lying in the environment or in the sea or in the marine places, almost for 400, 500 years, we are converting that into a compost now. And it is actually increasing the yield for the farmer.
Yeah, understood. So
Yes.
once it is, for example, someone using this product and yes, can throw to this environment without any guilt, right? Does that mean like it's going to?
The whole idea is not throwing. The whole idea is not throwing here. Okay, we do not promote throwing anywhere. Okay, the whole idea is segregate this waste and put it into a compost system. Okay, put it into a system. See, any kind of waste, be it organic or inorganic waste, should not be thrown out, or it should not be left to the environment to act upon it. Unfortunately, what happens is, even though we do a lot of segregation across the country, and there are different drives, still a good percentage of plastic or waste goes into an open field or a landfill.
Exactly.
So what happens when it goes onto an open field or a landfill? uh, it is, since it is compostable plastic, it will degrade faster and it will not leave microplastic. It will become a non-toxic product. Okay, but the idea is not that. Okay, we are not promoting landfills, we are not promoting throwing. We promote that you compost the compostable plastic and make a manure and grow plants again on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Yeah,
That's wonderful.
So
Yes.
it is going back to the
sir,
nature. How does sorry, yes, it is going back into the nature.
yes.
the
It came from
circularity.
the nature.
Yeah.
And it is going back into the nature. We are not creating any waste. We are not creating any microplastic. In fact, we are adding nutrient to the soil.
That's really good, actually.
That's wonderful, sir. So, I had a question. Like, what is the cost difference in manufacturing this biodegradable plastic?
We call it compostable plastic. We do not call it biodegradable because first thing is there's a little difference between biodegradable and compostable. So everything biodegrades, in the nature. Even plastic, the regular plastic also starts degrading after some time.
Okay.
So, but the end result is not compost. Okay, here the end result is
Okay.
compost. Okay, so this is major difference.
Okay.
Second, these compostable plastic are non-toxic, whereas if something degrades, it could leave some toxic content behind. Okay, so this is a major difference. Now coming to the price point, definitely these products are on a little higher side when it comes to raw material, side. They are little more expensive because of 2 3 reasons. One is they are not fossil, they are not majorly fossil fuel based. Okay, they are plant based, or they are from different sources. So the production scale is limited. Okay, since it is limited and the technology is with few people to manufacture these kind of raw material, definitely it is expensive than the regular plastic. Okay, second is the science is new. The technology is new. Okay, when we will have very huge consumption, very mass consumption, the cost will come down. We are confident about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So it's basically technological driven because I think there are a lot of research is going on to make it more.
Yes. Now it is a lot of technology driven because we are talking about bioplastics can be made from different sources. We can make it from corn, sugarcane, topiaca, bio waste, pineapple. There are algae, seaweed. So definitely it is a lot technology driven. Okay, and lot driven by the need to have an environment friendly product which degrades faster, which does not leave traces behind, or which does not leave microplastic behind. So there is a need based development. At the same time, all these developments are happening at very small scale level. They are not as large as a refinery of a plastic or a crude oil. Okay,
Mhm.
so they are. I would say, we are at the bottom of the hill. There is a
Mhm.
lot to discover. There is a lot to
Right.
invent.
Yeah, yeah. So this biopolymer, so I think there's two things like plant extract and biopolymers. So what is biopolymers actually mean, Gautam?
So anything which comes from bio-based
Mm,
sources is called as biopolymers. Okay, this is how we define bio-based polymers or biopolymers. Let's say if I am using PLA, polylactic acid.
mhm,
Okay, so it has come through a cycle where the cornstarch or a sugarcane has or tapioca has been converted into biopolymers. Okay, so thermoplastic starch (TPS) is derived from different sources of starch.
okay.
Okay, so they are biopolymers. Now, you'll be surprised to understand that even fossil fuel based plastics
Mhm,
are compostable. Okay, even they are compostable. So
mhm,
there are some like PBAT.
mhm,
It is derived from fossil fuel, but it is compostable in nature. In fact, it is home compostable in nature. And
mhm,
whereas some biopolymers which are derived from plant are not compostable or biodegradable, they live forever.
mhm.
So it is basically the science, how you develop these polymers, basically, what kind of functionality you wish to give in them. It is that technology which makes it different.
Yeah, so totally understood. Like that's the reason, like we connecting to different technological companies like you, where you know about the science of this. So our how sustainability can be addressed through tech innovation and technologies. Rightly
Yes.
said, Gautam. So Gautam, one more like I think somewhere you mentioned like in your website like producing compostable plastic required less water and energy. Can you explain about that? Because again, it is
Yes.
connected to sustainability. Less water when you're talking about less water and energy. So we are directly or indirectly connected to sustainability.
Yes. Yes. So I would connect it to a carbon footprint of a
Yeah.
polymer.
Mm,
So when we are producing compostable plastic, many of these biopolymers are carbon neutral. Okay,
mm,
or they consume less carbon. The reason is very simple. There is less energy required to recycle them. There is less energy required to process them. Also, when you are growing a corn,
mm.
you are actually absorbing carbon dioxide. You are generating oxygen. Okay, so in that
Exactly.
process
Mm,
itself, it offsets the manufacturing process carbon footprint.
mm,
Okay, so in fact, there are now companies which they want more and more bio-based content in their polymers because their carbon footprints are lesser. So
okay.
this is one of the reasons, why these polymers are more eco-friendly and they end up consuming less energy, less water,
Mm-hmm.
because the whole process is very small, very tiny, and the source is natural.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they promote ecology. Once they are composed, they are again supporting plants to grow. And
Exactly.
when they were made, we used again a plant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So basically, in a
Yes,
way,
very
we are
rightly
we are
pointed out.
we are putting everywhere nature before and after.
Yeah. It's a kind of circularity. It's not only like
Yes,
Yes.
we reuse it. It's
yes.
something like from nature point of view, we are creating that. You are creating that circularity in this process. Yeah.
See what happens with regular plastic.
Yes,
Just to
definitely.
explain, what happens with the regular plastic is that definitely it can be recycled, but at the end of the life cycle, at one point of time, it is
Mm-hmm.
of no use. It will go to a landfill, or it will be burnt. Okay, or it will end up in some different shape or form. Okay, but it will not go out of the environment, right? Okay,
Exactly.
it will stay in that form basically.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, compostable plastic, it doesn't stays in that form. It
Mm-hmm.
becomes the part of the nature again. It becomes soil. It becomes a manure. Okay,
Yeah.
and it again supports a life.
It's a nature,
This is
basically.
major
It's a part
difference.
of nature. It's not something that out of nature, what you're talking about. It's a part of nature, to be frank.
Yes, yes, but there is still a debate going
Yes.
on around this that, what happens if it comes in an open environment? It will take more time to degrade. Definitely, it will take more time to degrade because we are talking about compostable plastic.
Compostable.
We want some certain shelf life for the product. Okay, let's say if I want to pack a t-shirt, from manufacturing to the store and from store to the customer, is a sweet cycle of 18 to 2 years, 18 months to 24 months, by the time the consumer ends up buying a product. Okay, so which means that I need a shelf life of the product. At the same time, when I'm opening my pack and I do not need that poly again, and after that point of time, I can put it in a compost and I can convert that into a manure. So there is a step, there is a trigger point. It doesn't happen like that you buy a poly and it starts degrading very fast and it becomes a compost in yourself itself.
Understood.
So,
This is very
so
interesting,
we
sir. In fact, it's like from the very beginning of the manufacturing process, you are generating oxygen, and even after the product reaches the end consumer, you're actually helping in development of a compost, which can be used for generation of seeds and plants, and it's very useful throughout the whole process. It's really wonderful. Along with that, sir, can you please tell me, what is basically when we talk of this bioplastic, how the corporates have taken this matter, and your corporate clients, how your journey has been getting introduced to corporate clients, and what has been their take on this plastic?
So there are two things to look at when we talk about any brands wanting to go green and sustainable and also want to switch to eco-friendly packaging. One is their sustainable initiatives. They're wanting to be more and more sustainable. They want to reduce their carbon footprint, reduce plastic footprint. Okay, so there are multiple corporates with that agenda coming to us. Second, there is another set of customers who are coming to us because there is a plastic ban. Okay, now if there is a plastic ban, they are supposed to use 70 or 120, or if they do not have any choice. Okay, so what do? Now the application requires a, a poly. Application requires a poly kind of a material. Let's say a white t-shirt needs to be packed. Okay, now if you do not pack the white t-shirt in a thin poly, okay, so in a thin transparent poly, what will happen is you will end up spoiling that t-shirt with dust, or you will have some marks on it, even any color, not just white. So what happens is, if you do not give that protection of that film to that particular product, there are chances that product will lose its quality, or it will downgrade. Okay,
Yes.
so basically now there is a ban. At the same time, they want to be sustainable. Okay, at the same time, they do not have any other option. Okay, so there are different reasons why different corporates choose compostable plastic. Okay, and one thing which is very unique to India is that in India, the plastic ban, what we have here is that you're supposed to use, for disposable or any disposable categories, you're supposed to use 70 120 micron category. You have an SUP, single use plastic ban. Okay, so now what happens is, whereas this ban do not apply on compostable plastic, interestingly. Okay, which means that instead of using a 70 micron film of a regular plastic, you can do that same work with a 20 micron of compostable film. Even though the product is expensive by kgs or kilogram, because you are using a thinner plastic, probably it will cost you, or not probably, it will multiple times, it will cost you cheaper than the 70 or 120 micron plastic. So corporates are also saving money in some cases.
So when we reduce the thickness, is that applicable for all the applications? For example, packing a dress material application could be different, or packing some kind of material which have some sort of sharp objects, or could be weight is more. Okay, so
So
reducing thickness is a
it is
solution for.
totally application driven. So your application requires a 20 micron film, and that is enough for that packaging. Then you can use a 20 micron film. If your application requires a more thicker and more stronger film, you could go for a 40 micron or 50 micron or 70 micron. Whereas in a regular plastic, it's not application driven, it is compliance driven.
Regulation.
Even though it's a small particle, let's say, you just need to pack a t-shirt, you will end up consuming 50 micron film, whereas the functionality only required at 20 micron film.
Understood. So
But
can you
sometimes,
explain?
in a garbage bag, in a bin liner, a small bin liner could be 120 micron. Now,
Exactly.
120 micron bin liner, you don't need it for that application. The reason why government wants to have 120 micron, because it is easy to segregate by a rack picker. Whereas if it is a compostable plastic, you can do that same work with 20 micron film.
Yeah, so now I understood like why that thickness has been driven by government. It's not basically, I was thinking like it's easy to recycle something like that. It's easy to pick up. That's what you're telling, right?
Yes,
Segregate.
yes, yes.
Basically,
Because it is easy to segregate, it's easy for the rack pickers to pick up, because Indian way of segregation is different when compared to Europe. In Europe, they collect the waste in a segregated way. Whereas in India right now, majority of the places, the waste is thrown and then it is segregated by the rack pickers.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question is like, yes, corporate clients, they have some sustainability targets. They are, I think, they're very much leaning to sustainability products,
Yes.
especially biodegradable plastic. But what about end users? For example, why end users are still not accessing this kind of technologies because of the price, availability, or awareness? What is that, Gautam?
See, I would say it is the end user only driving the whole movement.
Oh, really?
I think it in that way.
Okay.
Okay, it is the end user because of which the corporate is going green. It is the end user who is driving the government to go green. Okay, it is the requirement from different groups of people where they say
When
that
I say
environment needs to be protected.
Okay. When I say end user, it's like something like common man like me. So where I'm using a lot of plastic day in day out. Okay. So
Ha.
how that, for example, from tomorrow I need to switch into the biodegradable product. Is that availability, price, or awareness? What is that is holding end user to accept this? End user
I would
including.
say it is a knowledge. It is in knowledge. Okay, given a choice, you will definitely buy an eco-friendly product if you know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, because was some survey done on this, that people prefer to buy more eco-friendly products, and they are also ready to pay for an eco-friendly product a little higher when compared to a normal product. See, the rise of electric car or electric scooters is nothing but people wanting to go green. Okay, if you see how the Ather is selling, the Teslas are selling. Okay, it is all that consciousness is increasing. Okay, that I need to have a sustainable product. At the same time, economies play a role, but there is a factor to it. It's not that somebody is willing to pay 10 times the price of a regular product to go green. If it is a marginal up or a marginal difference is there, a consumer is ready to buy. Now, you also have to understand how you end up consuming plastic. Okay, you end up consuming plastic through different brands, through different sources. Okay, the products what you buy, you actually never bought plastic carry bag. Let me tell you, in your life.
Exactly.
Tell
I
me
have
at one
been
point of
always
time
using.
where you went out and you bought a packaging or you bought a plastic. It is the final product which you buy, along which you get the plastic. Now, if you think that sustainability is important, and the brands who are targeting you, they will definitely stick to eco-friendly packaging. So it is very much consumer driven, I would say. It is because more and more people wants to go sustainable. There is a guilt. There is a guilt in the shopping experience. Okay, which people want to go away with. Second, there is a lot of compliance which has come into picture. ESG, SDG goals, then your sustainability goals. Okay, then there are ISO compliances which has come into picture in recent time, and multiple brands or corporates, they want to be environment compliant, and they want to reduce their carbon footprints. They want to reduce their energy consumptions. They want to reduce their waste creation. So this has become a goal statement. It is part of the stakeholder story now.
Understood.
Yes, that's really wonderful. In fact, it is very true that it is consumer driven, and because people are becoming more conscious about the environment, and they are actually looking forward to the government to take actions to they are also looking forward to corporates that they would take actions. So this is a kind of a trend that is evolving. So in a recent like news report by Financial Express, they said that 18 states have banned plastics. So have you partnered with any state, or you have any intention to partner with the states to provide compost bioplastic to them?
So see, again, the government do not buy any plastic. Who are buying it?
Okay.
It is the brand or it is the individual business houses which buy plastic. So government bring the policies basically. Okay, they bring the framework and they bring the implementation, the control. Let's say if we have banned plastic in Bangalore or in Karnataka. Okay, so what government needs to do is have a proper control, proper checks. What has been used in the societies or what has been used in the retail store. So what they do is they bring those checks. Okay, and who are the buyers? Buyers are these modern retail stores, e-commerce companies, the FMCG companies. Okay, so it is not the government who is buying the product. Government is only promoting. Government is only suggesting, or they are making it mandate. It's like there is no reward for it, but there is a stick for it if you do not do.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So,
So
like, where do you see yourself in this scenario? Like, when it comes to your product?
Uh, See, Eco 365 is at forefront of a lot of developments in packaging. What we are doing in compostable, we have some very unique or performance-driven products in packaging in compostable. This is where we are very very different. Second, we are very very customer-centric organization. We totally understand how does the corporate work. Packaging is 11th hour product, and what kind of systems and commitments are required to deliver or to be done while delivering the product or services. Third, R&D. A lot of R&D. We spend a lot of money and time on research and development on developing new products, which we think is very very important because this is a new product. There are varied application in different industries. Okay, we do get interest from stationery or meat industry or a leather industry or a garment industry or sometimes even industries like sanitary pad manufacturers or even heavy machineries like uh, automobile industry. They want to go green, they want to make their packaging sustainable, but each one of them they have different requirements. It's like custom requirements. So this is where we are
It's
unique and
customized.
it's customized, and this is where we are different, and we've been working on these kind of projects with different corporates, different IT companies, airports. So I think innovation is the key, and this will drive Eco 365 to future goals. And as a company, we are growing. Definitely, we are growing. We have doubled, tripled our volumes of production in last few
really
years,
good,
and we have big plans to multifold our business.
really good. So
That's wonderful. Sir, can you tell us about your sustainable products which you have spoken till now? How can you say that the modern firms, how they should work when it comes to their product, how they can be sustainable, the modern firms?
When you say modern farm, you mean to say startups which are just forming or they wanting to be how they can be more
they
sustainable,
want
if
to be
I'm not
The
sustainable.
wrong.
recent
Basically, the
firms, yes.
functions, yeah, they want to sustainable.
So the
So
corporate have to look at their data. It is all data driven. Okay, like what data you have, how much water you are consuming, how much plastic you are consuming, how much energy you are consuming. So once you have a data, okay, and then you benchmark it, or you make a conscious effort of reducing that consumption. So once you make a conscious effort towards that, Only then you will be able to go sustainable. Yes, there are few things which are easy to adopt. There are few things which are difficult to do. Okay, let's say if I am running a data center. Okay, I know that to run a data center, I need energy, I need power. Okay, now uh, if I say that, okay, I'm going to turn my all sources of power into eco-friendly and wind power or solar power, so that requires an investment, large investment, or a large infrastructure to be supported. So there are few difficult things. There are few easy things. Let's say if I'm using plastic to manage my waste. Okay, how can I switch to compostable? If I'm using plastic for packaging, can I switch to compostable or paper or any other sustainable source of agri-based packaging? Okay, which are non-toxic,
Yes.
or where we could reduce the cost itself. Okay, water, for example, definitely some industry requires more water. Can we reduce this water? Agriculture, for example, requires a lot of water. Can we use advanced way of watering the
Water
farms?
conservation.
Israel, yes, water conservation initiatives. Israel is growing, having farms in deserts. So how can they have it with so less
Yes.
water? And why is that? Where we have so much water, also we are not able to manage them properly. So it is all about a conscious effort.
So considering time,
Very true.
Gautam, considering time, so I think there are a lot of things to discuss with you. We may have to have a lot of sessions with you. But considering time, like golden words about your company. Okay, so what you want to tell about the viewers about sustainability and
Uh,
effect?
so see, basically, don't make sustainability very difficult to adopt. This is something which I always recommend and I work on, that, how a sustainable product could be delivered in a very, very simple language. Don't go very, very technical. Try to understand the impact. I see a lot of people delaying the project or not implementing the project just because for them perfection is important. Okay, we are climbing one step right now. Okay, maybe tomorrow we'll have another step. Okay, products which are good today might not be good tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay, so at least start something. Take a smaller step. If you're not able to take that large step, it is just like that. If you do not have a wind power source, okay, and stop the entire sustainability initiative. No, you take small steps every day and look for alternatives. Have a conscious effort.
Yeah. Thank you
So
very much.
our Eco 365 is all about making sustainability easy, conserving water easy, making compostable packaging easy for you, basically.
It's a great thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Gautam.
that's
Thank
really
you for
great
your
and a great
all the
product.
information. Yeah.
Yes,
Voice
thank you.
Really a great product, and it was really a pleasure listening to you, sir. And we really got a lot of information. And I think one last question we can definitely have right now. It's about your message to the budding entrepreneurs. What message would you like to give to them?
To all the entrepreneurs, whatever business you are in, okay, it can be sustainable in a way. Okay, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what kind of different businesses are you into or what kind of solutions are you into. Okay, if you place your business with a sustainable angle, eco-friendly angle, or a responsible angle to protect the environment, I'm sure it will give you a long-term return.
Exactly.
Okay, let's say if you're building in a hotel chain, build an eco-friendly hotel chain. Let's say if you're selling a product online, see how you can sell online in a more sustainable way. So sustainability will definitely will reward you in a longer run, because people will feel more associated with you. They will think that you are more responsible brand to associate with.
Thank you. Thank you, Gautam.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for
So
that.
it
Such a
was,
nice word.
yeah.
Also, really good talking with you. Definitely, we can have many more sessions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.